I'm Lauren Gordon-Fawn at Second Arrow Healing. I'm the acupuncturist at this studio. Today we're going to be working on a meditation and self-massage care practice that involves three major Chinese meridians: the small intestine, the large intestine, and the liver channel. And why we're working on these three channels that seemingly have little to do with each other on first glance is that we're working on constipation. Constipation in Chinese medicine has very little distinction between physical, mental, and emotional. So when you're constrained in any way, when things are not being let go of in a natural process, what really is happening is that all energies are stifled, both physically not being able to move our bowels, but also emotionally, and mental clarity kind of become constrained as well. So what we're going to do is a three-step process. We're going to first work on each channel individually: the small intestine, the large intestine, and the liver. Each step will have a massage of the channel or a part of the channel, a very gentle meditative breath, and then in this video actually we're going to go over a statement that we can use to kind of find a little bit greater freedom in how we allow energy to flow in our body. We're going to call it a meditative metta. In Chinese medicine, the small intestine channel begins on the side of our arm, on our pinky side, and kind of just runs down along this outer bone, this area that we often accidentally clunk when we are not paying attention. The space on the side of our hand that we drag along paper is all part of our small intestine channel, and it wraps all the way up around on the back of our shoulder and then kind of comes up onto our neck and our face. But we're going to begin by massaging the small intestine channel in the muscle that drags along paper when you write. So right along this pinky bone, we're going to work gently in and around where the knuckle of our pinky kind of comes into the side palm. And you just kind of gently massage, finding any tender points, probably along the bone area, but possibly even into that fleshy muscle that drags here. You can work all the way into the wrist. And we're just going to massage this space for just a few seconds, up to 30 seconds. You don't have to really overwork this area. You always want to be gentle, never working over places that are wounded or have open sores, but just gently working into this area, just beginning to activate this small intestine channel. In Chinese medicine, the small intestine is what really honors our ability to have clarity, our ability to sort through what to keep, what to get rid of. And it's the beginning of where things become constrained in our lives, when we start to kind of hoard or keep too much in ourselves and don't find time to let go. So we're just going to keep massaging. We're going to do both sides. We're just going to work into this area, really up, finding those sore places and just honoring them a little with a little more tension. And then we're going to move into the second step of this work, which is actually using the energy that we've cultivated in massage to kind of revitalize our bodies by bringing the side of our hands, that are kind of a little bit warm and tingly now, right below our belly button, kind of right along where our bladder we think would start when we feel really full down here. Just placing that energized massage tissue along that space, maybe an inch or two below the belly button, maybe 3 inches, just someplace comfortable. And we're going to take a gentle, loving breath in. It can look like anything at all. Just breathing in. I prefer an inverted breath when I'm meditating, which means kind of bringing my abdomen in and up with inhale and relaxing it with exhale. So and what we're going to now layer in actually is a meditative metta or mantra, which is just a meditative thought that we bring to our breath work. You can say it out loud, you can repeat it in your mind, you can use this statement throughout the day, even when you're not doing the massage or the breath itself. And what the statement for the small intestine here is I have a right to feel confusion, and I am capable of finding space for clarity. So we're just going to breathe in, inhale, and exhale, and with that exhale, I have a right to my confusion, and I have the capacity to find space for clarity. And just kind of repeating that metta, that mantra, that gentle meditative breath, supporting your abdomen with that massaged area of your hands, until your shoulders actually kind of just relax. They kind of just melt down until you feel a little bit of give in them that feels settled for your body. That'll allow you to know that you've really allowed this energy to kind of begin to course more freely in your body. The second part of this work is going to be massaging the large intestine channel, adding meditative breath, and then adding the large intestine's meditative mantra or statement. And we're looking at the large intestine channel for some pretty obvious reasons. In Chinese medicine, it's responsible for letting things go, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And clearly that is a main component to constipation of all sorts. So first we're going to begin with the massage component of the large intestine channel. We're going to be working on the back of our hand in the soft triangular muscle that connects our pointer finger and our thumb. So we're just going to start by massaging into this crevice, this place that's often forgotten in our bodies. And we're going to find probably a few tender spots, be gentle with them, work into them with honor and compassion. We're not here to hurt ourselves, we're here just to do some gentle work and get the energy kind of flowing in this area. It can last from 30 seconds to a few minutes, but really a few seconds is all that's really needed to kind of get the energy flowing and moving in this part of the body. And we're going to find a tender spot right there, just working into that. Wherever you find something, just work with it. We're going to switch hands. We're going to do both sides. Our left and our right hand will feel possibly completely different. My right hand's a little tighter than my left. It's just the way it is. Honor what is and just keep working that energy, getting it moving. And then once we're kind of getting things flowing and moving, when it feels right to stop, we're going to take our palms and actually place them on our belly to do that meditative breath work. We're going to take the energy that we've kind of started in the large intestine channel with that massage and kind of literally imbue it into our core, into our center. So we're just going to place our palms on either side of our belly button, and then we're going to do that inverted meditative breath. And what that is, again, is with inhale, we bring our core in and up, and with exhale, we allow our belly to kind of fill with breath and fill our hands, kind of giving back and forth, allowing that kind of cycle of energy to go between our hands and our core. You can do as many breaths as feel right for you. One breath is enough. 10 to 20 is fine, but never do it to the point of getting dizzy. Allow it to be naturally patterned with how your body needs oxygen and to fill with air. And then we're going to add the meditative mantra at the end, and for the large intestine channel, that statement is, I honor that my body keeps what it needs and releases what no longer serves me. The last part of this work is honoring the liver channel. The liver channel in Chinese medicine is the channel that kind of stops things from flowing when we really get constipated, constrained, overwrought, stressed. And so it's really an important channel to have moving freely and flowing within us. And we're going to first begin by massaging our inner thighs. In Japanese acupuncture in particular, this inner thigh area is very important to releasing the large intestine channel, particularly the left thigh. In Japanese medicine, it really is the left inner thigh that is the most important for constipation and motility of both our bowels but also our emotional state as well. So we're just going to begin taking our thumbs, gently working into this inner thigh. We're going to kind of find that there are two muscles that meet here, and we're going to work in the space in between. And we're just going to kind of work in both directions. A little bit more up than down is always better, oddly enough, for this channel. So you can kind of work a little bit downward, particularly lower, closer to the knee. But really, in the majority of our work, we're going to work upward. Never do any massage in this area if you have lymph drainage issues without consulting your doctor, or if you have bumps or bruises in this area. It's a very important space for a lot of good healthy blood flow and lymph flow in our bodies. So you want to make sure that your body is up for the type of massage work that you're doing. Always be gentle, always honor sore spots, even if you are kind of tense in this area. It's just important to just honor the tissues that are here. We're going to do both sides. Again, always work your body symmetrically. In this work in particular, since constipation is really about that core balanced flow, we want both sides of our body addressed. Even though I know the Japanese think the left side's a little more important for this type of work. Just get the energy flowing on both sides, and then we're going to add in our meditative breath and the metta for the liver channel. And here we're going to actually cross our hands over our low rib cage and hold our rib cage. You can put left over right, right over left, whatever feels better for you. Holding that low rib cage, almost like a self-hug. We're going to take that gentle inverted breath, that inhale rising us up, that exhale allowing our ribs to settle in and be caught by our hands. With this breath in particular, what you want to notice is allowing your chest to open and relax. You may also feel that your knees relax, and that'll let you know that you've really kind of gotten things flowing and moving. It might not happen the first few times you try this work, but at some point you might start to notice really that your chest can kind of just relax into that gentle hug, and also that your knees kind of feel like they just melt a teeny bit. They just kind of give way and relax a little bit. So it's nice to be seated when you're doing that breath. And then finally we're going to add the meditative mantra or metta to the liver channel, which is, may I have free flow in my body, and may I have the right to have space. Working with the three channels that kind of are central to constipation, small intestine, large intestine, and liver, can be part of your daily routine as you allow your body to kind of flow into these segments. They don't have to last more than a few minutes each or a few seconds each, really. Just a quick massage, get the energy flowing in the area, a gentle breath in, and just repeat the sentiment, the statement, the metta. Constipation really is something that we work with constantly in our lives because we are always slightly mentally constrained in one way or another, and physically our body often has that impact as well, that things just aren't going to flow always freely, but there's always going to be tools and opportunities to allow for good healthy movement, and part of it begins by giving yourself just a few seconds a day just to be with you. So I hope this work is an opportunity to begin working with your own energy and cultivate a new practice. And again, if you ever want to find any other links, visit us at www.secondarrowhealing.com.